All right, it seems we have few people just arrived. Maybe we can start. So, hello everyone. My name is Raivis Vaitekūns. I'm a partner relationship manager here at Vendon, and also happen to be the local coffee. You can call whatever responsible a person responsible for coffee. Why? I'll tell a bit more in next few slides about me as well. But today the focus is really about OCS or Office Coffee Solutions and how coffee operators can be moving from reactive to proactive operations in their operations, really, in management of their fleets. So first, a little bit about me. Something that I've learned in my own experience is that best time to fix a problem is before it happens. I learned it actually also being involved in a coffee. I was part of coffee industry for about 10 years, have played different roles, have been managing a coffee shop, doing a production with coffee, and also working with an operator and consulting and training customers. So through this experience, I've learned how painful it is to lose machine operation, how painful it is for your business to really to stop making money. And for some people or some companies which run coffee business and charge money for every beverage, so every beverage not sold is a loss. And I mean, people working in with operators have learned that fixing a problem before it happens is much more optimal than actually dealing with the issue once it has arrived. And there are multiple unsatisfied parties involved. All right, let's go next to Vendon. And I've been with Vendon for about 4 years and still doing lots of involvement with coffee and also doing lots of involvement with IT, so information technology. So what is Vendon? Vendon is really an information technology company that works for vending and coffee businesses. And the essence of the company is making hardware for telemetry. So the telemetry unit you see in the middle of the screen, this VBox 2 Vendon telemetry unit, which feeds data into a server, and then we have it on the screen. Really, you see your machine on the screen through internet. So we make your machine connected. So it's not just one type of machines. These are different kinds of machines. Through last 13 years, Vendon has gained great experience, starting with vending and coffee machines, so freestanding ones, then going into coffee machines for offices, so office coffee solution machines. And the latest addition in our portfolio is a product that allows to connect to traditional espresso machines. So barista type machines where you grind coffee in one hardware, meaning grinder, then you pack it into the portafilter and brew on the espresso machine. So finally, Vendon can also connect to those. And with great joy, I can say we work with all kinds of machines now. So what do I mean? We work with them. So we provide the essence of our company is providing telemetry data. And it's not just sales telemetry data, it's everything that happens on your machine. So that's why we say advanced telemetry. We allow you to see sales, health of the machine, technical issues, plant technical issues, stock levels, and so on and so on. Of course, it's not just everything we do. Part of this telemetry is also a loyalty platform we call QuickPick. And through that, you can allow your users of the coffee machine to receive different kind of benefits in form of discount, in form of free product. And those are really neat ways how you can work with sort of a payments, but not really with involving bank and so on. So clearly QuickPick is a very popular part of or product between OCS type of operators. Of course, cashless payments. So when you're out of office, out of university, out of maybe hospital, you start speaking with everyone and you start selling your product to everyone. So there we can facilitate cashless payments, just open loop, regular Visa, MasterCard type of cashless payments. And last but not least is the API integrations with third-party platforms, third-party software. So let's say if you want to feed data from your telemetry, so meaning from your coffee machine into ERPs or warehousing software, that can be done through Vendon API. So that's Vendon in essence. We work globally from United States to Japan and everything in between. Our machines can be connected everywhere. They are having SIM card inside, so they connect to local network and feed data to your local laptop, really. Well, but today we need to look on more specific benefits that having connected machines and using a platform for telemetry allows you to do online. And we have identified 5 characteristics where coffee operators behave reactively. So not proactively. So when I would imagine everyone wants to make their customer happy proactively before customer says, hey, I need something. It's more like you want to give them the pleasure of working with you before they have a request, right? So how can you do that? But first we need to identify a few symptoms which we have identified, which would show that you are working in a reactive manner other than proactive. So the symptom number 1 would be that technicians are dispatched to the coffee machine or to the customer site only when the machine is being broken down. So in that scenario, you would see also that your engineers are making frequent visits to make customers, to make machines working back again. And you would also see that parts are needed urgently, so you have not stocked them in your warehouse. And also, your engineers need to visit the customer site urgently, sometimes even after working hours or on a holiday. And you don't even know how frequently or how long times your machines are being experiencing downtime. Let's say your customer is calling you, say, hey, I had your machine off for whole weekend. And you can say, okay, well, then I will give you a discount or whatever way you will settle that. But if you have a data about when your machine was offline, and you can say, oh, it actually was few hours and we did fix everything, right? So this is one symptom when you would behave reactively. You don't know what's happening with your machines, and your engineers are frequently visiting because you have not done proactive work in maintaining the machine. Another symptom is that machines wear out faster than the manufacturer has specified. So clearly, every machine that is being manufactured is meant for certain capacity, be that 10 cups a day or 100 cups a day. So choosing the wrong machine is something that you can very easily do. Let's say your customer says, well, we'll have about 25 cups a day, maybe 30 cups. But then it happens that they have visitors, they have maybe some unplanned new colleagues arriving, whatever is the reason, and they start using taking much more coffee out of these machines. So this machine will definitely break sooner than expected. But also those parts will be not your just plastic cover broke. It will be major parts which are really breaking down due to wear and tear. For example, group head, a boiler. So things that will be costly to repair, and also it will take long time, meaning a lot of downtime for the machine. And if you don't follow your machines being when they are being cleaned, you will also experience more frequent downtimes than normally would happen. So your machine will break faster, and it will break with big bang, to say, right? It will not be a small thing to fix, like to clean some tube, but it will be something serious. Another major symptom that operators are not always proactively taking care for the machines, and those can be different scenarios. Let's look at the scenario where operator is running a coffee corner. So of course, this machine will be visited with a certain regularity, so certain schedule will be there because those machines must be cleaned also from outside to have really neat look. But again, you cannot foresee what happens from day to day in this certain location because sometimes unexpected things happen. So a sports team travels by the machine and actually everyone decides to take a cappuccino or something like that. So you cannot be always sure that your machine will have enough stock. Of course, having some sort of a dashboard to observe what's the remaining stock is a nice thing to have. And that's actually something that you definitely need to take care of because when you run out of stock, your machine is experiencing downtime and you start losing money. Similar problem can happen when you, let's say, usually you're bringing 5 kilos per week to a certain location, and now without having data that something has changed around this location, you start delivering more than actually is needed. So maybe it's not 5 kilos a week anymore, but 2.5 kilos a week now, or some different value, and you would have overstocking. Overstocking means frozen money on the shelf, but also for coffee, which is high value ingredient in most of the products that you're selling, coffee quality will be dropping. Usually we want, let's say, 2 to 4 weeks after roasting, the coffee goes in the machine. Overstocking means certain time your coffee is just sitting in the shelf, and without any way of accounting that, it's very likely that your coffee will become stale and the quality will drop. Not only you will have frozen cash somewhere, but also your value of the ingredient will be dropping. Next symptom that we have observed is about decisions. How do you make your decisions, and how do you choose which machine to put where? How do you choose which type of beverages certain location will need to be programmed on the machine? How do you know that your machine is being taken care for as it was agreed with a certain customer? So all these questions can only be answered when you have data from the consumption in a certain location. You can have the data when visiting machine, you can look on the machine counters, but that is very low-tech approach. So from day to day, things can change, even from hour to hour. And having this really information in front of your eyes on the screen, you can deduct some patterns and you can do some forecasting. Let's say you can see, oh, this drink is getting more popular and you want to introduce a different drink. How can you make this decision? Only by seeing data, and data is arriving through telemetry. Unfortunately, there's no other way. And again, last but not least, and definitely not least, we all have realized, probably, I hope everyone has realized that sustainability is something that we must think about. Not only thinking about waste reduction, like how many liters of milk you are throwing out if it goes bad, or we have even seen some cases when people who are taking care for the coffee machine and cleaning the coffee machine, they did the cleaning of the coffee machine in incorrect time of the day. So they actually were throwing out a lot of milk just because they needed the container for cleaning. So again, without data, you cannot make quality decisions. You cannot track which aspects of your business and operations can be improved, where costs can be reduced, right? So for the full picture, you would need some sort of a data input. So there are different ways of negative impact that operators without receiving data from their coffee machines will experience. So high and unpredictable costs. So definitely unpredictable, high usually also, but definitely unpredictable. Reduced customer loyalty. Again, if your customer never experiences machine downtime, or if they experience machine downtime, let's say you call them on Wednesday and you say, next Monday morning, I will be there at, let's say, take some unpopular time, like 4 p.m. when nobody is taking coffee anymore or their consumption is reduced. And I will spend 1 hour to change few parts, right? So it's 1 hour of downtime, but it's forecasted, planned downtime, while otherwise you would have different times for downtime, different lengths of downtime, and your customer definitely would be unhappy with that. And every downtime is lost sales opportunities. So it's not about machine not working, but it's about you not making machine. And if your business runs like that, with different hiccups, you are missing growth opportunities heavily. So what can Vendon offer you in return? What can Vendon offer to make coffee operator life more proactive? So how you can proactively mitigate all potential issues. So first of all, technicians need to be aware about the health of machine, and it's really crucial that they are aware if the machine is not on, if the machine is not operational, so meaning downtime. One of our major customers from Nestle Professionals has even shared a quote that Vendon Cloud allows them to see the machine being fixed before the customer is really aware of that. So dispatching engineers to a location at the moment when the machine error is happening, instead of waiting for customer to notice it and then to find the phone and then or maybe notice they will need to know the secretary. So there can be hours of downtime in a machine when people are even passing by and they say, oh, this machine is not working, I will go to another machine. And nobody is giving a call to the operator and saying you need to fix the machine. But the overall customer perception is definitely damaged by this. Another thing that we see that proactively can help is planning the maintenance, right? So when you plan maintenance, you can as just this example I shared, you can say customer, there will be a maintenance. Now it will be this long. I will do this and that, and I will do this job in a time when it's the least painful for you that the machine is experiencing downtime. Otherwise, the downtime of 1 hour only can happen, whenever. Let's say if you're running a coffee corner and you have a downtime for 4 hours, it's not crazy much. Something happens at 10 in the morning, and your engineer arrives at 1, maybe 1 p.m. and then takes 1 hour to fix. So 4 hours total downtime. Pretty realistic. If you sell 20 cups per hour and each cup is €2, so the downtime cost really is, money not made is €160 just for this one machine. And that is definitely, is definitely good return of investment if you're thinking about, the telemetry is also an investment, but this is a much greater return, as you understand. And you would also add to a downtime, which is something where you need to react. You would add labor cost, you would add fuel cost, and maybe even working out of normal hours. Vendon Cloud provides you all kinds of tools. In this case, events would be something that you would need to observe. So maybe there are some events that allow you to see that certain part is experiencing issues, like a boiler is taking too long to heat up. And also you can use Vendon Cloud to schedule preventive maintenance tasks. You can schedule those tasks based on the time. Let's say you can say in 6 months I need to do this and that, or you can also schedule the maintenance task. Let's say in 1,000 cups I need to change this part, or in 10,000 cups I need to change the water filter. So different kind of tools that you can use to facilitate your remote monitoring in real time, and also the customer being more happy. Next one. So next one is about the cleaning machine. And although there are different things that customers need to do with the machine, and operators need to follow. Cleaning is one of those where we see that very often downtime is due to milk system not being cleaned. And based on our research online, we have seen that data that 30 to 50% of lifespan gets extended if your milk system and the machine itself is being cleaned as recommended by the manufacturer. Clearly, you will have less service calls because your machine is up and running because it's clean. It's not clogging, everything is correct. And also that if your machine is being maintained correctly and cleaned correctly, you will just machine normally will spend more energy, spend less energy. For example, if some part of machine is dirty and the heat is not, migrating as well, so you can easily have more boiler turned on if there are some issues with the cleaning in the machine. So definitely you can use Vendon Cloud to see whether cleanings are done. Are they done in the right moment? Again, we don't want to make cleanings in the hour when there are lots of sales happening. So you want to schedule it for the time when the machine is less busy. You can also check whether cleaning issues also correlates with some flavor issues, be that milk system being dirty and the milk flavor gets affected, or the whole brewing group is affected and you start getting some stale coffee flavors in your coffee. And also, it is important to foresee that sometimes clients are, well, lazy, but we all are, but they're not just cleaning their machines. Sometimes it happens. And it's good to foresee this point that machine needs to be cleaned at certain times. And the cleaner procedure needs to be a certain way in your contract. And then using cleaning report on Vendon Cloud, you can actually track whether your customer is following your contractual obligations. This one is nice one, replenishment. So there are different reasons why you want to be aware about stock. Not only because your stock can run out and then your machine is experiencing downtime, or some beverages, let's say your milk is out, so now you can only sell black coffee, no lattes anymore, and that's a big part of what people are drinking. So you want to track your ingredients and you want proactively ship them to customer if they allow, or inform the customer that they are soon about to run out from ingredients, and you want to let them know that actually they should be ordering their ingredients certain amount of time up front. And actually you can also give access, limited access, I would say, to your customers to Vendon Cloud, so they can also observe the remaining stock themselves, because sometimes it's much more easy to see information on the screen, which is you put 1 kilogram of coffee in and you make coffees, and every coffee deducts certain amount of coffee beans from the total. And that's nice information also for them to see. So they can also not only look in the shelf, oh, I have this much coffee in front of me, but they know this is the stock that is left, and it's being shown in % on the screen. And with this, and let me go there. So with this feature and this functionality, specifically inventory report, you can follow whether, again, your customer is following your contractual agreements, meaning more often than not, OCS operators tie together coffee lease or sales with the ingredient purchase. And very often there is also, I've seen that machine is given free of charge to a customer, but then they need to buy a certain amount of coffee beans from this operator. So how you make sure that they're not buying only the minimum, that they're buying everything that they are selling through your machine. So you can follow inventory report and you can see per month how much coffee beans they have used on your machine. And then you can compare, is that the same amount that I have invoiced and shipped them? And you can also make sure that your machine is selling the right drinks, that it's selling, it's making you money. So you really want to monitor consumption and ingredients. So about sustainability, and this is more of a like an overview, right? Doing each step correctly gives you this outcome, gives you the chance to actually control your situation, to make decisions, to optimize, right? You can decide, oh, this place is buying so many these type of beverages. Maybe I can opt for an ingredient which is more cost efficient, right? And then work specifically with this customer in this case. You can also see, oh, we are using this much of milk, and this means certain amount of carbon footprint, you know, and then you can make certain calculations and adjustments based on the information. Otherwise, again, without data, you are in blind mode, and you cannot really, you know, make informed decisions. And speaking about waste, and that's slightly also going back to ingredients. So we want to make sure that we are delivering the right amount of ingredients because sometimes they get bad, right? And you don't want to have lots of milk being delivered to customer and then you learn, oh, actually 20% was thrown out because they didn't know better. You know, they didn't know how much they will consume in the next 2 weeks. So definitely we don't want to create a waste. We don't want to create a waste in terms of spare packaging. This is all manageable, really, right? And if you have the information in front of you, again, I will repeat myself, but seeing the picture, you can make decisions without being informed where you are with every aspect of your operations. You can just try and guess, and then you can see, maybe you can see some results out of that. So fixing a problem before it happens, isn't it luck, is a smart data at work. That's a quote from one of my colleagues. Very well said, very well said. So by being proactive, you will get greater profits. Your customers will be more happy. You will be more efficient, and you will have reduced expenses. Specifically, think about unplanned visits for the technician, right? This is the biggest part that you can cut off your expenses. So that is the overview on how Vendon can help you to be proactive instead of reactive with your operations. I hope everyone gained something from this presentation. And if there are questions, I am happy to hear them. I will look for the chat. So just a second. Where are we with the chat? Okay, is there a question? Yeah, my colleagues are reminding that my role was a resident coffee expert. Yeah, whatever it is.
Raivi, you can see the questions in the Q&A section.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So how can I have that cleaning report you show? Well, cleaning report is part of all reports on Vendon system. You go into reports section and you look in cleaning. There will be two things associated with cleaning. There's a cleaning report and cleaning log. Both show cleanings. Cleaning report is an overview about your machines. Cleaning log means, you know, incoming data being just logged. So it's under report sections on Vendon Cloud. I used various software before, and some was useful and some hard to understand. Do you offer a demo before to see how it works in real time? Of course, we can make a demo call. We can do a just a tour on the platform. We can even give you a limited time access to experience everything yourself, just to click through a virtual data. We have a virtual account where we can show you, made up data, but you can just get a feel how the platform works. So definitely we can guide you and we can give you, free roaming experience as well. Will Vendon notify if my client runs out of ingredients or is down? So yeah, about this. So Vendon automatically creates an event. So event means something happened, not always bad thing. Machine was refilled is also an event. But of course, ingredients are out or machine is off is definitely an event. Every event can be made into an alert. Alert means that somebody is alerted. Alerted means not only the message being delivered to Vendon Cloud, but the message is being delivered either to your Vendon app. So there is a Vendon app for operators, usually is being used by people who are on the field, so refillers, technicians. So Vendon app can give you a push notification. You can also receive an email, or you can receive a short message on your phone. So event can be set up into alert. Every event can be set into alert, but yeah, definitely you can notify whoever you need to notified, and once the event is being generated, also the alert will be sent in the same moment. I have a different coffee machine brands. Are you compatible with all machines, and can I actually keep track of all of them? Well, I would say all is a big term, but I'm pretty certain that we can work with all machines being present in the market in Europe, at least right now. Of course, there are some, machines coming from Asia, which don't use protocols that are being used in Europe, like MDB, CCI, Executive, and so on. But Vendon, in my experience, we work with very, very wide range. So often we say Vendon is a zookeeper. So there are coffee machines with their own telemetry. It's good or bad, I will not judge, but it's only tied to certain manufacturer and even sometimes certain types of machines. But Vendon is there to connect all kinds of machines, be those, Frankie, Cimbali, Eversys, Rea, whatever they are, but also vending machines, snack and cold drink vending, and also barista machines, and everything is then showed on the same platform. So the answer is yes, we can connect all of them. Then let's see, a new question. Can Vendon connect to our existing ERP? That is a question also to your existing ERP, because the question is, can third-party API being fed into your ERP? If it can receive API data, then Vendon can provide a really well-written API documentation, meaning an IT engineer would be capable to read everything they need to actually integrate Vendon data into your ERP. So you need to have a specialist who understands these matters, but Vendon is equipped to provide you needed data. We call them those API endpoints. So let's say you need this functionality, that functionality, the exciting thing is that everything that you have on Vendon Cloud can be fed through API into third-party platforms like ERP. So the answer is again yes. Terry is asking a question: is it possible to review and adjust the information allocated to machine error code in the events view? So this is a tricky one. We need to understand that error code is something that each manufacturer generates themselves according their internal logic in their machine architecture. And there are certain codes which we can obtain and we can display on Vendon Cloud, but I cannot warranty that all machine manufacturers are really allowing third-party telemetry players like we are to obtain all codes. Let's say, for example, Frankie, we can work very seamlessly with Frankie machines, but clearly Frankie telemetry will have some nuances that are more in depth with their machines than we can, let's say, get the access to. But back to the previous point that I was saying, Vendon can work with Frankie and Eversys and Chimbali and Scherer and so on. So we can work with all of them. And I would say there is a certain depth of information that we can get from all of them. Then your question is it possible to review and adjust the information allocated to machine error code in the machine events? I'm not sure what is being meant by adjust the information. Terry, if you can share maybe details to your question, I will be happy to answer that there as well. All right, thanks everyone for attendance. It was my pleasure to explain you more about how Vendon can facilitate your operations and let you be more proactive. And hope to see you in the next webinar from Vendon. See you soon.